Hey guys, I'm JR Clutch. If you're new to my channel, we do all things real estate investing. Today, I'm gonna show you what wholesaling real estate is and what's a big part of my business. We're gonna show you how to go from A to Z, finding sellers, finding buyers, making offers, and getting to the closing table and eventually making that check, right? That's what we always wanna do. I'm a real estate entrepreneur. Clutch Investment Group, we actively wholesale 10 to 20 deals a month and growing in the San Antonio, Austin markets and surrounding areas. I'm gonna show you how we do that with no marketing. Also, we flip houses, to have Airbnbs, rentals, and now real estate development. If this interests you, make sure you stay to the end of the video. For the first time, give you access to the Clutch Academy. For only $197, you can have access to me and my team, work out of my office or do it virtually if you're out of the city. We're gonna help you close deals every single week. You have access to me and my team, so make sure you stay to the end. All right, let's get into it.
Came out the bottom, I kinda whole lot of young gonna worth millions of dollars.
Do off the MLS. We actually do a lot of MLS deals in here. I always tell people for MLS deals, you wanna be a little more seasoned, have a good buyer's list, because if not, they'll go right behind your back every time because they know it's listed. And I already know you got it for this, so I could get it even cheaper because they know you're making money off it, right? So you gotta be really good to go off market, have good buyers. You gotta have a good process, right? And I teach all of that. So what we pride ourselves on here is having a real good buyer's list. We're basically a dispositions house. I mean, we're acquisition agents as well, but we're really good at selling deals, qualifying buyers. That's the main thing, because a lot of people you're gonna find aren't qualified buyers. How much you could flip a house for with hard money? How much money do you need the least? Liquid capital.
35,000.
35?
30.
30. That's it's about 30,000. 35,000 get you a flip with hard money. I can get you in, like, I got about 8 flips right now on the other side of this board. I can get you in for 30,000. But I always tell people, don't start in flipping. If you don't know how to wholesale or if you don't know construction, don't flip. You will lose money, I guarantee you. I didn't flip my first house. I sold like hundreds of houses because I know what the numbers are. Me, I had an upper hand because I did remodeling before I did wholesaling. That's actually how I got into this. I met investors and they were like, they showed me, like, told me about this. And actually, you remember I'd go to y'all's house and freaking with all the tools in the back. That would give me a big upper hand in the future, because now I'm giving offers and like I'm at a homeowner's house and they're like, oh, it doesn't need much, and I start breaking it down. Oh, for planing it needs this, flooring it needs this, sheetrock, texture, roof, windows, everything. I could break it down itemized. I added it up and they're like, oh dang, it needs a lot more than I thought. I thought it just needed 5,000. It needs 35,000. So guess what? The price just dropped, right? It's an upper hand. So make sure right now, I want you to put in big letters, rehab. Start understanding rehab, doing all your due diligence on rehab. I want you to figure out, what does it cost to redo a floor per square foot? Everything's per square footage pretty much in construction. How much does it cost for tile? How much does it cost for demo? How much does it cost for texture? How much does it cost for sheetrock? How much for a roof? Foundation. Like, learn the rehab process. Because if you make an offer and you put 30 in work and it's 50 in work or 60 in work, you don't got a deal. You're just wasting your time spinning your wheels, right? Because you're going to take it to a buyer. Hey, look, I got this deal. It's 30 in work. They're going to look at it. No way. And now that 10 you're supposed to make is negative 20. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have a deal. And then you got to go in and renegotiate 30K off. And that's going to be hard, right? Oh, I know I told you I'd give you 170, but it's actually 140. They'd be like, hell no, get out of here. You know what I mean?
Another negative that comes with that is when you present an opportunity like that, that investor may not look at you ever the same again, because he's like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing.
No.
You get one chance to prove to these investors that you really know what you're doing. You don't want to come out with stupid numbers or you're going to look stupid.
Yeah.
We're going over what is wholesaling real estate. So basically, in the easiest terms, it's finding a property for less than a buyer would pay for it. That's basically all it is. It doesn't matter how you find it. As long as you find a buyer that's going to pay more than you got it for, that's wholesaling. And wholesaling is pretty much what America's run on. HEB is a wholesaler. They go and they get vegetables and fruit and food for a cheaper price, big quantities, and then they come sell to us for retail value, and they make money off everything. It's a $1 billion company. They wholesale. They buy it for cheaper and they sell it for more. Clothes, same thing. Nike goes and makes these shoes for $25 in China, bring it over here and sell it for $125. That's all it is. It's getting it for less, selling it for more. It's a concept that's old as time, right? So I got so good at looking for them. Just today, I found 6 deals on the board. One of them, potentially, we already found a buyer where we're gonna clear 65,000. What would that do to change your life? Be like, whoa, shit, what do I do now, right? And that's what we do over and over and over and over and over again. I'm really good at both sides, and that's what I'm good at teaching. How do you find sellers? Driving for dollars? Okay, that's one way. What is driving for dollars?
Going out to neighborhoods, looking for distressed properties, getting the address down, just keep tracing it, or you can knock on their door.
That's the one I like the most. I like driving for dollars because any data set you buy, everybody bought that data already. This one is a one-of-one list. You're driving, only you know this street, only you know this neighborhood. Out of personal experience, it takes me 200 vacant houses driving for dollars to get one house. If you take all day Saturday and Sunday, you can get 200 out. And don't sleep on lots. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If you're driving and your neighborhood is just an empty lot, get the lot address. Or you could get the neighbor, right, the neighbor's address, and then just put lot to the left or the right, and then you can go on Google Maps later and find out the address. And that's what I'm gonna recommend for everybody to do in the beginning. What other ways? Pulling data. I wouldn't recommend to start pulling data until you do your first deal. Let's just say you make your first 10,000. You get all that 10,000 and you reinvest into the business. Because now you're gonna need some tools, right? You're gonna need a caller, triple line dialer. You're gonna need data. You're gonna need a skip trace. I would put that all and don't touch it. Put it all into the first business, into your business, okay? Because you're gonna need money to run it, and it's gonna pay off dividends if used for your tools. So I wouldn't recommend pulling data until you get driving for dollars. And we go over this in detail in like some of our classes. We pull lists and stuff like that. So that's like a whole another class. Finding the right data, calling the right people. You can't just call anybody. Like they gotta have some sort of distress situation. For anybody to sell a house at a discount, you gotta be solving a problem, right? If somebody has a house for 150 and it's worth 150, they're not gonna sell it for anything less. That's all they got, unless you're solving a problem. So understand that you're gonna be a problem solver. As a realtor, that's the opposite, right? So now you got your, that's why I said to get your license, because you're gonna be marketing to people. And what if somebody says, yeah, I do want to sell my house? And you're like, oh, okay, cool. Well, how much do you want? I want 150. You look it up, it's worth 150. Well, can I go take a look, set up an appointment? Nah, it's a listing appointment. So that's why I got my license. Who knows what the MLS is? Multiple listing service. That's where all the houses go for sale. I feel like it's an important tool. Like you need it. If you don't have it, get access to it somehow. And by the way, guys, this is Andrew. He's another teacher that helps me with the Clutch Academy. So he teaches classes with me as well. So that's Andrew, by the way.
I actually started out as a student.
Oh yeah. Actually, he came to one of our first workshops.
Saturday workshop.
Mm-hmm.
And there was.
Yep.
I learned a lot of great stuff from him. Talked a lot with the students. Here I am.
Yeah. And now we're doing deals. We're doing some really cool stuff with that. Like it really is my passion. I like to help people because this helped me like crazy, right? It's changed my life. It's changed my family's life. So that's why I like to do this stuff. I would say these are pretty much the only ways. Pulling data, driving for dollars, and MLS. JV. So JV means you just find other people that are selling a deal and you have a buyer. Or you have a deal and they have a buyer, right? That's what we do a lot of here. We specialize basically in JV. I do not pull data. I have millions of records because I've done this before. But as we built this brand, everybody in the city just, hey, JR, I know he got buyers. So everybody just sends me their deals every day. So we didn't have to pull data no more. But that's because I brand a lot, you know? So the first step is finding a seller. So whether you're driving for dollars and you get lucky, let's just say you're driving for dollars, right? You go Saturday and Sunday, 200 people. Skip trace the list, you find somebody says, yes, I want to sell their house. You're like, oh, okay. You're getting nervous, right? I'm nervous. Then you would set an appointment, right? Or send me pictures. If you're part of us, of the Clutch Academy, we help you with that too. So like, hey, JR, I got an appointment. Can you meet me out there? Or can you send one of your guys out there so we can get this under contract? Boom, you get the lady to set an appointment. So we go, let's just say we meet you. So now all the pressure's off you, right? We're meeting you. We'll help you like kind of qualify the lead before we go. We want to know more information. We don't want to just go to like a full listing house. Okay, so now you got somebody, we make an offer. Just the basics of how to make an offer. So that's the first step in making an offer. You got to find the after repair value. What is this house worth in tip-top shape after I fully remodeled it or my investor fully remodels it? What is it worth? This is very important. If you get this wrong right here, you have no deal. Let's just say it's worth 250, you say it's worth 200. Now you just undershot it and you lost 50K that you could have made, right? But your buyer got a hell of a deal. This is what we're really good at, and this is what we teach because number one, the ARV's got to be on point. We just went over a tricky one today. What did we end up calling it? 250? And originally at the academy, we were thinking 300. And then I went a deep dive into it, and we found out it was only worth 250. And I actually flipped that house, and I set the bar in that neighborhood. Before the maximum you can get in that house, it was a little 2-bedroom, 1-bath, like 800 square foot house. Little house. Ugly little street. Like dogs everywhere, abandoned houses everywhere. Highest was 150. I sold it for 175. So I upped the ARV by 25K. And so we got 2 houses down. So there you go. We're helping the neighborhood, right? We're cleaning it up. But they were abandoned houses, and now we got beautiful houses with families. But what does that do for the neighborhood? What happens in an abandoned house? People do drugs. Bad things can happen in an abandoned house, right? But now we got families in there. We got love in there. We got the community growing, right? So we're also doing good for the neighborhood, right? Would you say? So we're doing good for the community. But so step one, finding the ARV. That's very important. And in the city of San Antonio, it's so crazy.
So say like a house is 100,000 and it's bad. If it's off market, how do you know what to offer them?
First, we would get the ARV. So let's just say ARVs in San Antonio, there's never going to drop below like 150, pretty much. Like fully fixed up house in San Antonio is not going to sell for like less than 150. So we get that first. So let's just say for numbers purposes, just to make it easy, I'll do like an example. So let's just say the ARV, we're going to match it, right? One is ARV. So one would be, let's just say $100,000. There was never going to be an ARV that low probably in San Antonio, but we'll start there just to make it simple. Second, you got to find out how much it costs to fix the property. That's another tricky part, because if you've never done a rehab or fixed a house, you're going to be clueless. Like, I don't know, shit, maybe 20. And then I look at it and like, damn, that's like 60. Boom, you're way off. You know what I mean? Finding the rehab. 2 videos on it. You can call contractors. Start researching. Do your research. All the information is out there. And also we teach it obviously as well. How much does a floor cost? How much does a roof cost? What does the property need? Does it need paint inside, paint outside? It needs a HVAC unit. It needs updated electrical. The foundation's off. And you got things you can't even see like plumbing. Now I can literally just walk through the property and like probably within 5K be accurate. And then obviously if I'm gonna flip it, I'll get a little more detailed. But if I'm a wholesaler, let the investor get their number. So that's the second. So let's just say the rehab on this property is $30,000. 100 ARV, 30,000 repair. And with that, you can make your offer. So what we try to stay safe is we make offers at 70%. We'll call this the 70% rule. Obviously, this would be like your max offer, the 70% rule. But obviously, you want to get it for as low as possible because the lower you get it, the more money you make. I want you to get your calculators out real quick. I want to see your offers. 100,000, okay? And then you do it times 70%. And now, you might need to sit off there. 40,000. That's a 70% of the ARV minus your repairs. So now you subtract what you want to make. So you gotta have a minimum fee, right? So if you want to make at least 5,000, your max offer would be 35,000. If you want to make $10,000 fee, $30,000 max offer, and so on and so forth, right? 100,000 times 0.70%, then minus 30,000, and that was where we got 40. So that's what we sell, what we would advertise it to our investors at. And then we just subtract how much do we want to make off the house, right? And then it's not obviously like, oh, I want to make 20. Here's your offer. It's like what they're willing to accept as well. Like, right? So it's like a gauge, right? It's like how good are you at negotiating? So then it turns into a negotiation skill. How good are you at negotiating to get this in? If you get a true 70% deal, that will sell at 40,000 with a line around it going all the way to McDonald's. Like everybody want to buy the house. So you have room in there to sell it for more because really we sell around 75%. You found Mary, she signed your contract. We went with you on the appointment. She locked it up, signed it, boom, $40,000. Now you got a contract. Now you're almost there to the finish line. 123 Street, you bought it for $30,000. So now we can help you sell it as well in the program, or obviously you can find a buyer as well. We were driving around earlier on the east side where we just got the deal and we saw a dumpster outside and we just went and we saw like the lady outside and we went and talked to her. Hey, we got a house on the street. Oh, really? Oh my God, we're looking for another one, right? Use your common sense, right? Meetups, networks, MLS, like you just reverse MLS. You go look in the neighborhood, the flips, and then you call the realtor who listed it. Hey, I got another one. Or you hit the easy button and say, hey, JR, I got a deal. And then I sell it the next day and then you come pick up a check. Whichever one you want to do. We make money either way. So that's pretty much in a shell. So far you got the contract, 30 grand. Then however you found the buyer, whether you found it, we found it, whatever, we sold it for 40. We sold it for 40,000. And now it's time to get it to the closing table. So let's summarize this. You went driving for dollars. You got 200 addresses. One lady picked up and she said, oh, actually, you called me at the perfect time. I want to sell my house. Oh, shit. Okay, let me set an appointment. We go help you out. We go meet y'all at the property. We make an offer, get it under contract. We bring it back to the office. I show it to my team. Somebody says, hey, I got a buyer for that. Boom, they go show it. And we assign it to the buyer. And boom, the deal's done. Now we got to get it to closing. This is where a lot of people fall off to me because it's so hard to get to even this point. When you're first starting, it's the hardest thing to get to this point. Like, oh, I finally, after freaking a million phone calls, I've got a contract that's worth wholesaling. And then, oh my God, I finally hit the unicorn and I found the perfect buyer and he bought it. And in theory, I made 10 grand. Then they take it to the title company. There's 8 heirs on it and 2 people died. And we got to go find the people and this is probably not going to close. And then it's just like, oh. And most people quit right there because it's just like, it's so hard to get to this point. And then, like, they just smacks you in the face. Right? And it will never stop. I want y'all's mind to be right now. You can get 10 wholesale deals. Out of 10, I would say 3 of them are going to fall out due to title issues. Or the buyer backs out because it didn't appraise. Or this, or that. But probably out of every 10, a few are going to drop out. Okay, let's just say it went right. You got the green light. Hey, we found the owners, clear title, ready to close. When can you come in? Or when can your buyer come in and your seller come in? You set it up. You go to the closing table. They sign. Boom. They cut you a check for the difference. You get a $10,000 check. And that happens too. It's all good, right? But I'm just saying, have room. So that's pretty much the basics of what is wholesaling. Really easy. Last step, right? Boom. Get paid. Contract. 30K. You found Maria, right? You were calling her. She said, yes, I'm willing to sell the house. All right, $30,000, you got it signed. Boom. You found a buyer, you brought it to us. Boom, we assigned it, $40,000. Closing date, it was yesterday. Went to the title company, everybody signed. The buyer funded, the seller signed. Boom, you get the check for 10K or whatever. And then you just do that every month. That's as simple as that. Those are realistic expectations. I would say wholesaling is the most simple thing. It's very simple, but it's not easy. Like I made it to the point where I built the brand so big that I don't really got to work for deals no more. People just call me. So it's easy kind of to get deals now. But in the beginning, it wasn't like that. That was the gritty part. But guess what? I had to start where y'all are starting right now. I had to climb that mountain. Right now, I'm just kind of like on the other side of it. But I've been doing this for 7 years. You know what I mean? So that first year would test, you. Fuck, is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? But then boom, you slowly start winning. So that is wholesaling real estate in a nutshell right there. What I use MLS kind of for is just like building relationships more with realtors. Like, hey, I just want to tell you about this deal. Here's my card. This is what I do. If you get an off market, send it to me. You know what I mean? Like planting seeds kind of. And then if I get a deal, I get a deal. But it really comes later when they send you that off market. I'm not the best at a lot of things. I know what I'm good at. I'm good at sales. I'm good at marketing. I'm good at finding deals. I'm good at building relationships. But I suck at accounting and taxes. That shit will make my head spin. Like I look at all the numbers. I'm like, yo, just take it away. Set me up a meeting with my guy and let him explain this to me, right? I suck at fitness. I don't know like what stuff to do. And he's like, okay, do this. All right, and then do that. Oh, now go eat this. He's teaching me because that's his expertise. So that's what coaching is. That's what mentoring is, right? You're getting the people that are the best at what they do and making it simple for you, right?
YouTube videos.
Yeah.
It's really worth it.
Well, so like we go on a Zoom every twice a week
Wednesdays.
and Saturdays. But also we're going to start going on a more and just going live. But it's basically a school app. All our students in here asking questions. And we actually have, it's pretty cool. So it gives you points based on like how active you are in the group. And then we give prizes. So number 1 prize, who's the most active, gets a YouTube video with us that month. Number 2 gets 150 skip trace leads. And number 3 gets like an IG live. But we try to make it fun. You know, but at the same time, like nobody does this where you can go in their office and call their leads, try to get a deal and make money. It's going to pay for itself. So that's basically what we do. It's $197 a month. I mean, that's almost nothing. You know what I mean? Like people charge 10, 5, 10,000, 20,000 to teach you, and they don't even give you all this. It's just like a 1 Zoom call a month. So if y'all are interested in that, y'all can come check out and see what the classroom looks like. Y'all could check out the office. Joseph, do you come here? This is my boy Joseph. You talk to him, he'll send you the app and all that, the link. So y'all can talk to him. But y'all can come check it out. That's it for this class. Feel free to walk around. Y'all can talk to each other, check out the office, check out the classroom and all that. I hope y'all enjoyed it. All right. All righty. All right, guys, so I hope y'all enjoyed that video, learning wholesaling real estate A to Z. Like I promised, I am accepting and enrolling new students. If you're interested and you want to join the team and you want to come work in our office, if you're local, if you're virtual, we do it through online on Zooms and through the school app. You can go to clutchstudents.com. It's $197 a month. Put your information in there. My boy Joseph that works here in my office with me will give you a call, sign you up, and get you started. We do multiple classes every single week, and you get access to me and my team. All right, guys, I hope to hear from y'all soon. Stay clutch.